thing. So today I'm taking the wires out. Anyways, they have to come out at some point, and they might as well come out before I start putting more wires in. So that's what's happening today. That's that for today. Got the main task done, took the wires out that led to the engine, and we're powering the engine and didn't need to be there. There's a lot of rewiring that needs to be done. I'll get to that when I get to that. I removed this old charger, which was not doing anything unless you twisted this and wiggled this, and then the needle would move a little bit. And I replaced it with this one. Still needs to, the wires still need to be tidied up a bit there. Also, I took out the fuel tank, which was right in here, and there are all these weird crystals under it, which I don't know what that is. I thought maybe it was like salt. There's a hole in the bottom of the tank, and there was salt water in the tank, a little bit at the bottom, which I guess was below the line of the hose, because the engine had been running. No, it didn't run as though it was running on water. Anyways, the good news is I measured, and there should be enough room in here for the 2 batteries, which are pretty big, so that was not assumed. Hooray! My original plan was to use the original mounts, but they stand up too high, and even if I cut out the stringers a fair bit, they're still going to be too high. So I need to come up with some other mounting system. They can sit right on the stringers, but then it's harder to wedge and adjust the angle and height that way. So, but I'm going to look and see how much room I have. As you can see, it's pretty close, just like sitting straight on the stringers. And I can wedge it up. Just seems like it'd be a lot easier if I had an engine mount with, you know, like a nut on the bottom to adjust up and down, and then that adjusts the height. So what I'm gonna do is look for a, I don't know, flatter version of this. I'd have to go at least as low as this, realistically speaking, and then there's not much under there to bolt these two. So I don't have a real wrench, so that's why I'm doing this. This is the problem when you so these will go on the stringers. And these will go on there, and the motor bracket will mount on there. And then these can be raised and lowered on the front and back as necessary to level the motor. I know, very exciting. Look at that. I know, it's thrilling and exciting. The reason I'm using these instead of the proper motor mounts is that this is much wider, especially when you account for this nut, and there's not enough space. I'm going to cut the stringers to make room, but there wouldn't be enough room for the bolts to hold these in if I use these, so that's why I'm going with this. So that's that. That's all there is for right now. What I'm planning to do is to cut these on an angle though. So I've measured this, and it's something like 6 or 7 degrees. Yeah, I'll cut the stringers on an angle where they need to be, and then I can do the fine adjustments with these. I'm going to use this, in theory. We'll see how it works. I anticipate anything but a smooth process. So I'm going to go and get the skill saw. I will use it on the side to cut part way, and then I will have to use, I guess, a drill bit. I'm back, it's sunny, and I guess I'll just get on into it. Oh, the sun's coming through my ears. Isn't that alarming?
Might have broke it. That is not level like it was before. I was going to use that grinder to cut this. I suppose I could take this home and use my Dremel.
This is the coupler that'll hold the two together. I'm going to put this in my bag to bring home, and when I come to put it on, I'm going to heat it up as warm as I can get it at home. It fits very tight on here, and apparently that's how you make it fit.
I guess the answer is that it's started.
Notice they're slouched this way on the outside, which I guess that's how I bolted them on, but realistically they should be slouched the other way, and that will give me like a lot of play. So I'm going to change that. Surprised if that doesn't solve things. Yeah, look at how much lower it is now. 3/8 of an inch. And not putting that much fiberglass on. So I made what I think is way more than I need. That was poorly done. Ha, get it? Accidental pun. Well, that's an awful mess. I'm just gonna let it attempt to cure. We'll see what happens. We'll come back later. Now that it's aligned, it's actually it's shockingly well aligned. I thought it was going to be even more difficult than it was. So the next step is to put the coupler on. And so tomorrow I'm going to heat it up in the oven in the morning and bring it out. And then I'll pop it on and we'll, I'm sure it'll just pop on like nobody's business. I'm sure it'll be, I'm sure it won't be difficult at all. That's that. not touching snow. Staying nice and warm in its blanket fort. These are just there to keep the pin in place. It's gonna go on. What else do I need to think about? Yeah, it goes on one way. If it doesn't work, there will be tears. Oh my. I had not anticipated how well that was going to work. Holy crap. That was awesome. Wow. Wow. I can't even believe that just happened. All the things I thought would be easy ended up being hard. And then the things that I start to think are hard, they go easier than expected. I guess that's not that surprising. So I'm not doing anything right now because I'm kind of waiting for it to cool down, in which case it will stick on there better. As you can see, there's some play between them, which is handy. I don't know if you're seeing how much movement there is there. That means that if you get a little bit of movement on the motor side, it continues to work. See how hot this is. Yeah, it's still boiling hot. Well, I could put some glue on the bottoms of these. If I have to take these off, put some glue on the bottom here so that the bottom nuts don't loosen, and then I could take the top off. This isn't supposed to hold them super tight, it's just supposed to keep them from freely flowing like they were. Possibly the moment of truth. Possibly just another moment. Wait. There we go. My pessimism about it being the moment of truth was paid off. It's done. Milestone. I wonder what it feels like to be plain steel surrounded by so much stainless.